Hello! Oh shit, that was a bad start. Ignore the white screen over Tim's face for a second. Welcome everyone to Streams After Midnight, our special October, October, our special October stream is what we're doing. I love that I messed up already. So yes, we're here. I'm Peter, as you know, and for everyone who's new, that is Tim. Say hello, Tim.
Oh, I can talk now?
You can
'Cause
talk now,
right
yes.
before we were starting, you literally told me to shut up. So, all right. I guess. Oh, great! I've been allowed to speak. Thank God. Finally.
Me, I said don't speak while I was playing the music. Me doing an intro
Hmm.
implies that the music is now over, and now you can speak.
Okay. Well, yeah. So, great. Just putting it out there. I am allowed to speak now. Fantastic.
Well, be nice, or I'll take your speaking privileges away. Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So what's up? What are we doing? How does this work? I don't even know. Are we? What is a stream? Can you explain it?
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, a stream is us broadcasting live to people who can talk to us in return via the chat window. You can read them yourself, Tim. I don't know if you're looking at them yet.
Yeah, that's why I was chuckling.
Yes.
Tyler had a funny comment. He told me not to listen to you, which is accurate.
What?
It's just good life advice.
Special guest host. Oh, come on. Is that joke really still sticking? Right. But just to get the housekeeping out of the way, it's a special stream we're doing for Octoberthon 2019. This is something that we will do monthly should we hit a certain goal on Patreon, where you can support us for as little as $1 per month. Patreon.com/Mild Fuzz TV. Of course, during the streams, if you've never been to one of these before, you can donate sort of directly as one-off amounts, as super chats in the chat, or you can. Tim, are you typing in chat? Why are you typing in chat? You don't have to type in chat.
What they said? Renegade Hero said hi.
You can just say
That's
hi
it.
when I'm done.
Well, I thought it was rude not to, reply to that. All right.
There's super chats. There's also a direct donation link where you can use PayPal in the description if you want to use that.
Wait, what's super chat?
Super chat. They can tip us money, Tim.
It's a DC thing.
No, they can click in the dollar sign and give us money.
Is the Star Wars trailer out?
Not yet.
Okay.
We're not stopping so you can go watch the Star Wars trailer, Tim.
What? Everyone's talking about the Empire and the Rebellion. You don't think that's gonna? We're not gonna be talking about Star Wars? At
What do
least
you
a
mean
little bit?
everyone? It's Tyler. Tyler's talking about the Empire and the Rebellion. It's just him trying to cause trouble. And for the record, where was it? Board Now Somewhere before
It is important.
mentioned mentioned the music being old school. That's because I couldn't find the audio file for the music we use at the end just now, so I just used the old one because I could find it.
Oh, Rogue One rules. Who wouldn't appreciate it?
Rogue One sucks. What are you talking about?
What? What?
There's a reason why you're not in the non-horror movie conversations, Tim, because it's this type of nonsense opinion that would not be welcome.
I think it's time for a fresh voice. 2020. I am running for president of Screams after midnight, as well as Mild Fuzz in general. It will be a new dawn of leadership is approaching. Let's see. Renegade now asks, "How are you, Tim and P?" I can answer this for both of us, actually. Pete, it doesn't matter. For me, though, I don't know. I just got home from a long day of work. Something Pete probably doesn't really know much about. So yeah, I'm a little tired. I admit Mondays are always hard, because you just had fun on the weekend. Maybe partied a little too much, as I'm.
What are you talking
often
about?
wont
We
to
did car
do.
for like 5 hours yesterday.
Yeah, and I was tired then too.
You did not have fun at the weekend.
I actually did have a lot of fun on the weekend. I went to the movies on Saturday. I saw Parasite, not horror related, so I won't talk about it. But if anyone has a chance to see Parasite, I highly recommend it. So there you go. That's your rec for the week.
There. Ah.
Actually, I mean, the only Yeah, Tyler was mentioning me and Matt taking over, which we have talked about before, and the only thing holding us back is neither of us is tech savvy enough to know how to record anything on our
Yeah,
own.
you're both
But
old men. You don't know.
yeah,
I had to give Tim instructions on how to get chat on his screen.
well, I mean, I'm sorry that I'm not, constantly online,
You don't have to be
logged
constantly
into.
online to know to click a button that says pop out chat. It's not rocket science. Oh my, this was a terrible idea. Why was this an idea? I don't.
Oh, Devious99 saw Parasite, and he also enjoyed it. So there you go.
Two of you saw Parasite. There you go. That proves that if the film does exist, indeed. Yes, I agree.
Yes, Tyler. So I have thought about seeing The Lighthouse. It just came out this week, actually. The only problem is right now it's only playing at the ArcLight in Hollywood, which, as you know, used to be a 15-minute walk from my old apartment. But unfortunately, since I moved, I live in La Cunada now.
As you know.
Yeah, it's a common knowledge. But I live in La Cunada now, so it's a bit more of a hike. Although it's getting a wider release this week, so if it's a little bit closer, I might go. But I might be seeing another movie this Saturday, which I'm very excited about. If I can get tickets, I still got to double check if they're still available. But they're doing a screening of Veronica on Saturday. I forget. Did we talk about this, Pete? This movie?
No.
So do you know Glenn Danzig from the Misfits? I believe.
No.
That band. All right. Well, it's like a band, and he's like a very, I don't know, edgy band guy or whatever. But he made a very serious horror movie, which premiered earlier this year to uproarious laughs, which was not the intent, and it's supposed to be extremely bad, but people are loving it and calling it like the new midnight classic, the Room of horror movies. So it's supposed to be insane. So I'm gonna try to see it if I can make it out. But
that was a wonderful story. It was so exciting. There was ups and downs, peaks and valleys. There was suspense, drama, romance.
I mean, well, it's better than what you've said so far. What have you like?
I'm sorry. I seem to recall you saying I can answer for both of us, and then saying my opinion didn't matter.
That's true. I did say that. But
I seem to recall that.
Yeah, what do you call it? I'll condescend the floor to you if you want to give anyone any updates or any notifications or whatever you do. Oh, Screening of Nightmare on Elm Street. That's one of my favorite movies. That's good.
I think they know that, Tim. I think they've seen a couple episodes of streams. They've probably heard that you. They've heard that you have enjoyed Nightmare on Elm Street, because every time we talk about a Jason movie, you're like, "Well, I'm not a Jason guy. I'm more of a Freddy guy." You say that every single time.
It bears repeating.
What are you on that now?
What?
What's going on? Is it a dog? Is it a cat?
No, it's my cat. They do this thing. It drives me crazy where they flip over their food bowls. They're always they like to scratch on the placemat, and then they always kind of end up flipping the food bowls, and it drives me crazy. One of my number one pet peeves.
Well, I don't know what this is going to turn into. It's going to be chaos, as proven already by Tim. So,
but wait, Jesus, the chat moves like lightning. I'm not having trouble keeping up with it here. Renegade Hero's been playing some video games lately. What video games has he been playing? I'm wondering.
Where's this? I've been really paying attention to chat. I've been letting you take care of that.
Oh dear Lord.
We're talking about the Paul Rudd show, apparently on Netflix. Living with Yourself, not a horror thing, I don't think. But there used to be streaming. There used to not being restricted by topic. I don't think that's the hubbub here. I was going to try that Paul Rudd show, but I just didn't have time on Friday. Also, it was my first day without Connor, and I wanted to kind of just. Actually, that's a lie. I did not. It wasn't that I didn't have time. It's that I ended up streaming playing video games for about 7 hours.
Oh, he's been playing Sonic the Hedgehog games. Have they fixed his teeth yet, or what's the deal with that?
They did read it. There's some leaked photos, I think, of the new Sonic design, which I saw recently.
Whoa, okay. You sound like some type of like insider getting like leaked screenshots of.
They were on Twitter. It wasn't a personal like message. Jesus Christ. This is off the subject. Obviously, for the second hour of the stream, Tim is going to be on the exercise equipment behind him. He's going to stream whilst exercising. It's going to be a blast.
Oh, sorry, Renegade Hero. Did not realize you are she. I apologize.
Borderline.
So, I don't know. We have any questions or what?
The questions come in. They come in as we're talking, Tim. That's usually how this works.
We don't have any emailed questions, though?
Are we doing email questions?
I don't know. Do we have any?
Renegade said some, I'm sure.
Revenge is a very good movie.
Revenge is a very good movie. I enjoyed that. Yeah. Definitely slowed down a little bit in the middle, but the opening half hour and the last half hour are both great.
Do I stand by my Sinister 2 review of a 5.5? You know, I'll have to watch it again, but I have a sneaking suspicion that it's probably going to be a little higher if I rewatch it.
Who's your daddy and what does he do?
Hell yeah. Whatever that means.
From Kindergarten Cop, Tim. It's all online. Jesus.
It's not a horror movie. I don't watch that.
I did get lists. The lists have been counted and verified. Yes, I got all your lists.
Oh yeah, some weird choices from everyone. So, what was the first horror movie I remember seeing, and what first got you into horror? So, this is a very good question, and I feel like one that needs to be addressed. So,
hold on. What was my rating for Sinister 2? I don't remember, Cindy. If you've been checking things, I want to know. But I can tell you, Tim.
7.5 probably. So I have a very bad memory. I think I just have like so much going on in my life. It's hard to remember a lot. So I cannot say a lot of things with like 100% certainty, but I do have a very clear memory of being at my grandmother's house while I
stand by it.
My brother and I think my cousin were in the living room watching Leprechaun, and and so I think it was a scary movie, and I was very young, so I was like, I can't watch this. And then I remember going upstairs to kind of hang out and play Nintendo, and then I kind of snuck back to the stairs and kind of peered through and watched probably a good portion of the movie, like from the stairs, and just remember being enthralled by it. So I would say that would probably be like the first memory of the first horror movie I've seen. But particularly what got me into horror, I would say, my brothers are both. Well, actually, I guess my whole family kind of likes horror. Like my oldest brother really likes Stephen King, as does like my mom, and my middle brother introduced me to like a lot of stuff, like video game wise, music wise, movie wise, and kind of just got my taste from them. But then I don't know, I just kind of fell into it and really liked it. I said this before, I'm not a big fan of humans, so like I don't like a lot of human stuff. I like stuff with monsters and animals, which there's usually a lot of that in horror. So that's kind of, I don't know. That's a very simple answer. I guess there's more to it. I don't know. I guess it's kind of a weird thing, though.
I think that's how Tim started his wedding vows. I don't like humans, but I've made an exception for you.
See, oh man, those people are great. They're saying a lot of cool things, but I'm having trouble keeping up with it. Yes, I'm always serious. Bored now. You can ask Pete. I don't think I've ever joked about. No,
even when he was doing stand-up comedy, he never cracked one joke. It was a really weird set.
Yeah, I was always surprised when people would laugh. I was like, all right.
I'm trying to do a serious, heartfelt drama here. Devious did ask a little bit ago about the second part of the top 50 movies. I have edited 2/3 of it. It's taken some time. Let's just say Tara did not make it easy to edit, and as a result, it's taken a little bit of time. But it will be soon. I'm hoping by the end of tomorrow it'll be up. That's my hope.
Leprechaun 2 is a classic. That's definitely the best of the franchise. Uh,
She sneezes
Lepre-
once, she'll sneeze twice. She sneezes thrice, she'll be my bride.
you totally messed it up, but okay. Uh,
I'm sorry. Did you want an accent? Did I need to do an accent to?
no, it's she sneezes once, she sneezes twice. She'll be my bride when she sneezes thrice. You know, like the way things rhyme. You totally did it backwards. Uh, but all right. Yeah, Leprechaun in the house. I mean, I think you mean Leprechaun in the hood, but yes, we will definitely get to that at some point. That's gonna be fun. I think Pete will actually like that because he does tend to like things in the city more. So I think once we get to the hood,
Okay.
well, actually, he'll be excited for 4 when we go into space, and then you know we're in the hood, he'll be particularly enthralled by those films. I think I have a trend of kind of getting Pete to change his mind on things, which I think we're going to see by the end of the Leprechaun series.
Oh, I can't wait for that. I can't wait till we get to Leprechaun 8 and find out.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I will say, guys, because you get the first half of the top 50 worst horror movies this past week. That was on Tuesday, I think. You're getting part 2, I think, tomorrow. Let's just say by the end of that, there's a treat. You get an extra treat before the end of the month
yes.
because of something that happens in that video.
Now,
Thought
so
that.
I do want to say that I do agree with Tyler, where he says, Pete would make a terrible Etrigan, but I do want to say from this point forward, I'd appreciate no more DC references. We are now a Marvel live stream,
Piss
so
off.
please keep your comic book comments to Marvel only. Thank you very much. Board now asks what my favorite Stephen King novel is and why do I like Stephen King so much. Again, this is a great question, and
I want to take a stab at this first, though.
Okay,
for
go
you.
for it.
I think
I mentioned it before, but
your favorite is it.
That's right.
And why do you have such a love for Stephen King? That's an easy answer, actually, because it's because Tim has bad taste, and that's why he loves Stephen King so much. He loves bad endings, and Stephen King will give him nothing but bad endings. It's such a good time.
I think maybe I don't think that's fair from someone who's never read a book in his life. Excuse me, a book without pictures. I'm sorry. So maybe actually read something by King first before you can say such honestly libel things like that. I mean, if you want to get sued, that's fine. But Tyler, I'm actually going to disagree with you. I might be one of the few people who likes the ending of the Dark Tower series. I know it's kind of controversial, but I like it. Talisman is really good. I haven't read a lot of Dean Koontz. I actually did read my first Dean Koontz book, I think last year. I read The Watchers, which I know a lot of people say, yeah, is like one of his best. But I would like to read more of them. I know a lot of people kind of think he's like Stephen King light, but I do think he's good. But actually, if I go back to why do I like Stephen King so much, I just think he does really good stories. He always has interesting premise. I like people that aren't really afraid to go for the horror, because like a lot of times people will start doing like a horror thing and then they'll feel like they're above it and they'll do something else. And sure, King has done a lot of non-horror stuff, but I like that he still does a lot of horror things. And he's like he's very easy to read, like in terms of like it's I think he's compared himself to fast food before, which is like, you can kind of pick it up and, it's easy, it's good, but, it's not like, sitting down and reading, I don't know, like what's a dumb thing people read, like Shakespeare or something. So I don't know, he's very digestible and really great guy. Let's see. I have read The Outsider. I actually loved it. I was really, really excited about that, and I'm looking forward to the show. I think it's going to be really good. Carrie and Misery are both really good. But I guess we'll segment a little bit off of Stephen King now, so we get Pete in this.
Please.
Well, we'll come back to him if there's a lull. But
there was a question for both of us there.
I was going to get to that. But
okay, all right. Well, you skipped ahead and answered something else. Darting around, you madman. Bordeaux, what's your favourite horror sequels? Well, some good answers here, I think, are Halloween 4, which is a blast. And Nightmare on Elm Street 3 surpasses the original, so that obviously has to be on that
list. Wait, which one? Sorry.
Elm Street 3.
Oh, Elm Street 3. Oh,
Dream
yeah.
Warriors, I suppose I should just say for short, but
This is a very good one. I don't think it surpasses the original, but I think it's just as good as.
it does. It does.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, it so does.
No, no. I would say the big one, I think, is Evil Dead 2. I mean, I do like the first Evil Dead movie, but Evil Dead 2 is really where it's at.
Friday the 13th 4, the final chapter, is a good pick. Although Friday the 13th is a weird one in that most of the sequels are better than the originals, so it's kind of like
That's true.
you're just kind of picking. Child's Play 2 is a good pick.
Yeah, I think we both agreed that's like the best of the Child's Play sequels. Oh yeah, I want to go back up to what Tyler said. Exorcist 3 is a really good one too. I saw that for the first time like a couple of years ago, and I quite enjoyed it.
Demons 2 I think is superior to Demons 1. If anyone has seen those.
Yeah, those are, well, both movies are really good, but yeah, the second one is a lot more fun. Wait, I forget the question. Are we looking for things that surpass the original, or just really good ones in general?
No, just good sequels. Just sequels we like.
Oh, okay. Oh, jeez, the Devil's Rejects. Oh boy,
Tyler. I'll take your wrench away, Tyler, if you keep that shit up.
Well, to be fair, I would say that it is better than House of a Thousand Corpses. I will give him that.
Okay. So. I've never seen the House of a Thousand Corpses, so I have no opinion. But yes.
Oh, I would say, I think I liked it a little bit more than you do, but Annabelle Creation is much better than the first Annabelle.
Do you think Annabelle Comes Home is better than both, though?
I'd probably go with Creation, then Comes Home.
Okay. Okay.
Actually, I actually think Creation is like pretty good. I know you didn't like the ending, but I don't know. I still stand by it. And then Comes Home is fine. There's some fun stuff in there. I don't think it is phenomenal or anything. But
Devious. If you didn't like Evil Dead 1, still watch Evil Dead 2. It's different enough. It's basically a horror comedy remake of the first one. It may be more your thing, and if you don't like that, then maybe try the reboot, which again was different and I think was more intense. You guys going to watch the Tales from the Crypt movies now that you're done with the series? They're not bad. Yeah, we're planning on it. We just haven't had time to squeeze them in since we finished it.
Yeah, I think, I talked about it a bit more on the news episode this week, but I actually did just do the first two, Demon Knight and Bordello of Blood. So we'll do them officially on the show at some point. But I enjoy both those movies. Demon Knight I enjoy a lot, and then Bordello of Blood I haven't watched in a real long time, but it was fun. I hadn't seen it in a while. And then I didn't realize it, but I guess there was a third movie that was straight to video or something that I've actually never seen, so I have to track that down, but I heard it's very bad. Tim Curry's in it though, who is awesome.
Yeah, no, we'll get to them. I mean, I don't know if we'll get to them randomly during the year, but if not, then I think it's maybe sort of some obvious stuff to throw in the Octoberthon schedule for next year is the two thingy movies.
Yeah.
So,
I agree, Gremlins 2 is actually a really fun sequel.
Yeah, it's not really a horror movie, but it's that's really good. It's like Gremlins 2 is a blast. I always liked that as a kid.
So have I kept up with Creepshow? I am one episode behind, but I have seen the first three. The first two I liked a lot. Honestly, I thought the third episode was garbage. I was surprised at how bad it was. So I'll try to watch the fourth episode soon, but I'm a little less excited for it than I was after watching the third. But I still like the first two a lot. Yeah, the werewolf story, Bad Wolf Down, is really good. I like that one.
Yeah, I haven't watched a Creepshow yet.
It's too much stuff. It's crazy. I think
Watchmen just started. You got Mr. Robot's son, and
Well, I mean, I think horror is kind of a little more in the zeitgeist, or I don't know, more popular now. That
because actually, just before we came on, we were looking at movies that had just come out that we're going to have to get to, and our November's already packed with new releases.
Yeah. And I think that's why we would do a lot more older movies at first, because there wasn't constantly new things coming out that we needed to catch up on. But then that's why I've been having trouble kind of finishing out some franchise stuff lately, because Yeah, there's always like a new release every week. It's crazy. I mean, hey, it's a good problem to have. Yeah, I like watching horror movies, but oof, it can be tough keeping up with everything.
Yep, so much stuff. I'd say we could try and pick and choose a little bit better, but you never know which ones are going to work. Because
Yeah.
some stuff that looks good ends up being the garbage, and then some stuff that looks like crap ends up being the surprise hits. I mean, the one I always come back to is I hated the trailer for Your Next, and then Your Next ended up being like the best horror movie of the year. So,
Yeah, I was listening to another podcast today, and I was really surprised. They were actually like kind of raving about Eli on Netflix, which when we saw the trailer, we were both like, that looks like it's gonna suck. But who knows? That might be a little surprise gem.
DVC, you ordering a Blu-ray from the same country you're in? Are you getting like another region or something like that? Is there a reason why this maybe isn't working? Or is it just that bad luck that you've had 2 faulty discs back to back?
I hope you're getting the Criterion version.
He's in Germany, so doubtful.
Oh, so that's a bummer.
Unless he has a multi-region player. Like some of us do.
Now, Criterion only available in the US?
Criterion do release some stuff in the UK, but a lot of them don't get brought over, and their discs are region locked. So Criterion's one of the reasons why I got a multi-region player, so that I could get Criterion's, back when. So.
Okay. Well, no, the chat is letting us know Eli was terrible.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll still have to watch it, but I guess now.
And let's be honest, guys. Most of your favorite episodes tend to be when we hate the movie.
That's true. Well, I mean, it is usually a little more interesting than when we both just like everything.
Well, I feel like when we both care about something, it's a good discussion. When we both hate something, it's a good discussion. Yeah. The problem is when it's in the tall grass and it's just kind of boring, and we're just kind of like, it was okay. This. All kind of blurred together. That was a bad review. I apologize for everyone. That was a bad review. There was nothing interesting to say about that movie.
There's no bad reviews, only bad reviewers. What?
Name Tim.
No, that's not true.
Oh dear.
Again, some compliments for the Lose review.
Yeah, I still can't believe you started it off by saying whoever wins, we lose.
Genius.
No.
And I was going to buy a Dr. Pepper before I came home, but I was like, do I really want to spend $1.75 for a cheap joke on the stream?
You should have done it.
Sure. And then people probably won't even understand the joke until they read or watch the Crawl review.
That's true. Although at least there was some joking about it on Twitter, so at least some people may have some context.
Yeah. Well, cool. Now we have like a third running joke, I guess now.
Well, we used to have other running jokes that have went away. Do you know this came up recently because it was on an Ace review recently where we kind of stumbled into doing this at the end. But you remember how I used to always like say, what would you rate it out of this thing? And it would always be like an object or something from the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was biscuits for a while or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I can see why we stopped doing it.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, Fractured. Yeah, that looks interesting.
I don't look a horror movie to me. That look like a thriller to me.
Thriller. Everything is such a fine line nowadays. Unless there's a CGI ghost jumping at you, you can never be totally sure if it's horror or not.
I heard Trick was bad, although I did hear the last act was at least funny. So I don't know if that's going to. The problem is it's set at Halloween though, so if we're not, and we can't squeeze it in before Halloween now, so it's probably better just leave it till next year. It can be one of the Halloween themed movies for next year. It's fine.
If we do the OCTOBERTHON next year. Just saying.
Yeah. Tim's trying to scare everyone. Half those 31 movies are already plotted out, Tim. I'm not going back now.
Dear Lord.
No shit, I do actually have the franchises picked out. You know how we have like the 4-movie franchise and then the other one for Patreons only. I've got those picked out.
Look at you, putting some effort into something for once.
What do you mean for once? Tim literally said before we started this, I'd like to put effort into things. To which I responded with, you should put that in the cover of your next Goatman comic. It'll fly off the shelf.
You see, the difference is that when you're this good, you don't have to put effort into it. People
Uh,
just love whatever you say automatically.
Very good.
Yeah, One Cut of the Dead is amazing. I really love that movie.
That was fun. That was fun. We watched that in stream.
Oh, no. Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. I was glad. I was happy. I didn't know much about it because I feel like if I'd known where it was going the first half hour, maybe I'd felt weirder.
Yeah, that's the problem. I've recommended it to a lot of people, but yeah, when you recommend it, it's kind of just like, all right, don't like read or look up anything about it. Just kind of go in blind and watch the shit out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's something that's interesting. So you're familiar with the video game PT, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You're not being cute with my name. Call me PT. You're saying PT.
Right. Exactly.
Which stood for playable teaser, I believe, at the time.
Oh, did it? Oh,
yeah.
Interesting. I mean, this might be old news, but I just like heard about it recently. But you know how like you're going through the hallways and stuff, and there's like kind of like a like ghost behind you or whatever. Like you kind of keep hearing that person behind you. So like obviously like you never actually see the thing, but I guess they still did program like the ghost into the game. I guess like someone was messing around with the codes or whatever and actually found like was able to turn around and see what the ghost looked like, which I don't know, I just think that's like really cool. Like even though no one like ever would actually see it, they still like actually put that into the game.
What ghost? There's a ghost you definitely see in the game always when you're going through it.
Is it the I don't know. I only played the thing like like years ago, I guess now at this point. But I guess it's like someone that's like following you or a voice or something. But
because there's one that you do always see. I'm assuming you're not talking about that one. I'm assuming you're talking about one that you don't actually see.
Right. Yeah.
Typically.
So yeah, there's I'll send you an article about it, but it was interesting. But I don't know. It's I don't know if you agree with this, but I was thinking about it the other day. How like it is such a like is that going to be one of like gaming's biggest like oh man what could have been kind of things like
oh yeah absolutely I mean I think for me it's easily what could have been the biggest of that kind,
and I feel like if it came out I'm sure it would have been like an amazing game, but like I feel like it might have come out and then people would talk about it for a couple of months. I probably would have played it and beat it and forgotten about it, but like since it actually never did come out, it's like obtained even like this crazier, almost like urban legend kind of status, which I think is kind of cool. Like obviously I would have wanted it to come out, but
I guess the argument against that, Tim, is like, well, think of just how much was packed into that, that very short teaser, and what a whole game with that mentality could have been from Kojima. You know, like think about how crazy that could have been. I guess that's the argument against it.
Oh no, totally. Yeah.
Tyler's got a question for you. He wants some advice.
Let's see. So should he be nice and let you read Undiscovered Country?
Oh, not me. The ginger.
Oh. So Connor's gonna have to read this.
Yes.
So is Connor a Snyder fan? Like, is Undiscovered Country something you think he would like?
He would most likely enjoy that. Yes.
Okay. What was the last thing that he's read? Like, has he been having to read some bad stuff for a while, or?
When Tyler was a patron before, he made him read the Rick Grayson stuff that Scott Lobdell was writing.
So he has been reading good stuff.
He also is made to read Red Hood on a monthly basis, also by Scott Lobdell.
I mean that is a lot. I think maybe throw him a bone this once.
No, don't. Make him read something terrible.
I mean, it is more fun when he has to read
something
stuff,
with
sure.
John Romita Jr. art would be.
I like John Romita Jr. So.
You madman.
Yeah, he's good. Some people can't appreciate like good style. But
hope the Ginger Man shows up tonight. I don't know. He's on vacation board now. I don't know if he's sitting around watching stuff on the internet.
So, I mean, yeah, definitely make Pete read something bad.
What? See, no. You don't want to do that. You want to give me something nice.
it's a little tough because you'll probably have to make him read something that's actually good, but since he has this weird warped brain, he'll think it's bad. So, actually, you know what you should do is just make everyone read Goatman. That's that's what the tier should be. Whatever you have to do, and they have to buy it too. They can't. I'll know if they get it illegally.
Tim, do you honestly think someone's pirated Goatman?
Hey, you never know.
Well, with a bit of luck, it may be on Comixology soon, and we can actually get access to it.
Yeah, keep your eye out for that. Hopefully, we get some type of announcement about that soon.
The gears are turning.
It's very slow.
The gears are greasing and they're turning. I love the idea of pirating Goatman and it'd be like, hey Tim, I got Goatman on the back channels. I got it off the dark web.
Right now, I'm trying to work on different ways to make it more available. So I actually do have someone is helping me build a website. It's just taking a lot longer than I would hope for. And also, I did put some stuff on Comixology, which did get approved. I'm just waiting for it to actually be processed and made available. So there'll be some ways in the future. But if you can't wait, if you want a physical copy, you can always send me a message either through Twitter or Facebook or whatever. We can work something out. But I'm always kidding when I tell people like, oh, you gotta get it. Like that's only get it if you want. I know I don't want to make it seem like I'm forcing people to.
Oh dear. But you can feel free to super chat in the meantime.
No shame. Is Goatman related to Goat Boy? Do you mean like Goat Boy from like the SNL sketches? Like, no, that's Goatman. It's basically it's based on the urban legends. If you're familiar with it, it's a cryptid like Bigfoot or Sasquatch or those kind of things. So yeah, so no, not necessarily related to Goat Boy. He's more his own thing. Wait, what's this new Patreon tier? Tim makes a Pete-like character in Goatman that gets murdered. It's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. And it wouldn't be a very high Patreon tier either. That would be like,
come on,
that'd be a pretty affordable one.
Come on. Surely that has to be more of a goal than a tier. You can't do that every month.
You'd be surprised. So are you going to do the Gmail questions or do those in a video? If we have Gmail questions, we can answer them.
I think we have a ton. When we have enough of them, we'll do something with them. We'll have a few of them right now, though. I think we've pimped out the requests for questions as much as we should have. There's so much stuff to promote. I always forget some stuff. Mm-hmm. And I've been promoting this stream plus the everyone sending in their top 50s for the last like 2 months.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
So
But is there any I don't know? Should we give any teasers for what do we got coming up in the last 10 days? Does anyone care?
We can do teasers.
Is there anything anyone wants to know?
We can do teasers, hon. I'm getting the schedule up because I don't remember off the top of my head. Are you kidding me? We got a new 5-star rating on Apple Podcast today, Tim.
Oh,
no review,
awesome.
just a rating, but nice to see all the same.
Cool. So that brings us up to 2. Awesome.
Actually, it brings us up to like 5 or 6, I think.
Oh man, I was shooting a little too low there.
On US Apple Podcasts, because it splits them up by country. I think the UK one has like 4, so it's kind of spread out.
I'm sure we're big in Russia or something.
Yeah. You should watch Chupacabra, a Mexican werewolf in Texas. Goats die in it. Oh, great.
What?
Oh, hey.
Why would I want to watch it?
We got a super chat. Thank you, Born Now. Oh, he wants back to the top. That's right. To mark a special night, finally a great host. What? Piss off. How dare you? But yeah. Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong thing I'm clicking on. All right, I'm putting porn now at the top. He got it.
Oh.
Poor caster. His throne has been taken.
And then, people should check out Board Dow's reviews that he's been doing. Those have been good.
Have they?
Have you not been watching them, Pete? How dare you?
That was the funniest reaction I could give you to that. I don't know. See what from me.
Jeez, I apologize, Board. I was trying to help you get some cross promotion, but apparently Pete doesn't care about that.
I don't know if he's cross promoting us. He could be I don't know. He could be bad mouthing us for all we know. He could be saying, I listen to these idiots from Mild Fuzz TV.
A good horror review podcast.
His tagline is, hey, we're better than Screams After Midnight. Hey Leah, welcome to the stream. What will we be watching on Halloween? That's a good question.
Well, see, there's two ways to interpret this question. Is it, what are we specifically going to be doing ourselves on Halloween, or what is the review that's going to be going up on Halloween?
I think it's the former, but before you answer the question though, if you want to give teases for what's coming up for the rest of the month.
Okay, ooh, Pete's got some teases. Ooh, boy.
I've got some teases, yeah. Don't you worry. I'll just have to
I saw Joe Bob Briggs live a couple of weeks ago. That was a very entertaining show.
Yes. Damn right, DBS. I'm doing a weird thing where it's over 2 monitors, this schedule, because I need to go full screen with it, but I can't cover Tim's face. So, because otherwise
you want to see people just leave the chat fast, you can do that. You know how many people we dropped when you waited me out at the beginning?
Oh yeah, only about 40. Sometimes I wear my Screams t-shirt on my videos, so that's cross promotion. Oh, that's good.
Hell yeah, there you go.
There you go. And yes, everyone, I don't promote this often enough, but you can buy your own Screams and Mild Fuzz TV merchandise. There's links in the description to both a US and a UK Spreadshirt store. You can get Screams t-shirts, Screams hoodies, Screams travel mugs, Screams caps. You get them all.
And if you want one that was actually worn by us, just send us a private message.
Oh yeah, Screams underwear, as previously worn by Tim. Coming soon.
Screams bathwater, if anyone would be interested in that.
Right, so today you get the fog. Tomorrow, I already said, you're getting the second half of the 50 worst episode. Wednesday, as previous Wednesdays, you're getting the news and the movies watched kind of special. Patrons are getting Wishmaster 3. On Thursday, you're getting the final of the votes, the voting episodes, which I don't have to hide. It was A Tale of Two Sisters. You can go check which one that.
So I guess Pete's idea of teases are just literally telling you what it's going to be.
Well, there's nothing to tease you. These are all things they can predict based on the previous weeks. The voting's easy. Dear. You ruined your Screams tote? Oh no, you think I could buy another one? Oh yeah, give us more money, that's fine.
Yeah. If I may make a suggestion, buy 5.
What? Buy 5?
When you go grocery shopping or something, you need more than one tote, so...
Oh dear. I mean, I'm joking about that. Honestly, we don't really make any money from the items. We make next to nothing on them. They're just there for you guys to get if you want them. Do not feel compelled. Merch is fun, but it's not be all end all.
If you want to awkwardly explain to a stranger what your apparel means, then by all means,
excellent.
Buy something with our stuff on it.
So Friday, I'll just tell you as well, you're getting the first half of the horror results, the top 50 that you guys sent in. So Saturday, you're getting a hotly anticipated review for a movie that came out this year. That's a tease. That's how it's done, Timmy.
Interesting.
Sunday, you can guess because...
I don't remember what any of this is, so I'm like, okay, I wonder what this could be.
Sunday, you can guess because all the Sundays have been the same franchise, so it's pretty obvious that this Sunday's going to be Psycho 4.
Jeez, we recorded that a while ago.
Yes. I put that item on the shop for you, Tyler, and you've still not bought it. A classic, always spilling coffee and stuff. Yes, Cindy. Silly. I should hand out a Screams tote to a background character. Oh, you should, yeah. Rude Boy's a prop person, prop master.
Oh, awesome.
Or assistant prop master.
Cool.
I can't remember what his exact job title was, but he can sneak some props on set.
If he can hook me up with a screen replica of The Boy, I would be eternally grateful.
I don't believe he worked on The Boy or Bram's 2 Boy Harder or whatever the next one's called. So Monday you're getting the second half of the horror results, so you're getting the two halves of that fairly back to back, close together. On the 29th, Tuesday, you're getting a Halloween themed movie. So not a Halloween franchise movie, obviously we've done all those, but a movie actually that's about Halloween or set in Halloween, however you want to phrase it. Which honestly is the only one we've done this year. Actually, I think if there's one mistake we made in the Octoberthon this year, Tim, is that we didn't put in a few Halloween set movies at the end. We only have one. But hey, live and learn. And then Wednesday again.
We did one kind of at the beginning, which maybe we should have saved. But
that's true. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Terrifier was kind of Wishmaster 4 for patrons on the Wednesday, along with the news and what we've been watching again. So it's the same as the previous Wednesdays. And then on the 31st, on Halloween itself, you're getting a classic that we have not done yet. And I mean a classic, as well as a second thing. And to find out what that second thing is, you'll get that in the second half of the worst movies tomorrow. You'll find out. So that's what's happening.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
So to answer Board Now's question, if I have a favorite stand-up comic, there's I mean I have a lot. Like when I was first getting into comedy, David Cross was a guy I listened to a lot, like him, Patton Oswalt, a lot of those kind of like alt comic guys at the time. I really like Mike Birbiglia, Jim Gaffigan, John Mulaney. They're all really good. But to be honest, I haven't really watched a ton of stand-up in the last couple of years. I just kind of got burned out with it. Like I spent probably a good 10-ish years of my life just hanging out with stand-ups, talking about stand-up, doing stand-up, that I still like it. It's still great. Just it gets to be a little too much. But I mean, no, there's tons of great people out there.
Devious guessing what the new release is. Not answering. The only reason The Boy took it delayed is to build up more anticipation. Pete, everyone knows that. Yeah,
that's right.
Sure. Yeah, because every other horror movie that gets delayed till like January, February ends up being good. Sure.
I told you, February it's the new hot month. That's that's where horror comes to shine.
Yeah, like Rings.
Yeah, or I don't know, Get Out.
Get Out was not delayed to February though. That was very intentionally. That was a very intentionally Black History Month. That was a strategic move.
Well, who knows? Who's to say?
My God. I don't even know anymore.
He does love the Prodigy.
Yeah. The plan is, guys, by the way, to do oh, shut up, Tyler. The plan is to start the movie in about 40 minutes at the 7:30 Pacific mark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. That's 3:30 UK time. So that's where we're going to watch Pieces, which is on YouTube. You can find it for yourself pretty easily. So yeah, that's what's happening.
That's what's happening.
But if I could get serious for a moment.
Oh no! Here we go.
No, I want.
You love me, don't you? That's what you're gonna say. This is so awkward. All right, lay it on me.
Yes, Tab, I am in love with you. I have been in love with you all this time. I don't hold it anymore. Baby, oh baby. Let me down gently. You big muscular man, you. No. Although it is actually complimentary, although you've made it weird by all this love stuff. I just wanted to thank Tim for all the effort he's put in, despite the fact that he likes to pretend he doesn't put in any. It's been a very hectic recording schedule this past few weeks. And obviously some of the prep we were doing for the months before. So Tim has been doing this show for a few years. He's been a delight despite what it might appear on screen at times. And so I wanted to thank him for continuing the show and it being what it can be with his inclusion. So that's all. And one of his cats just hit a glass for me to end the toast. Thank you. Thank you, cat.
He was not happy with it. Well, thank you, Pete. That's very nice. I appreciate it. And I know sometimes it's difficult because I'll get like last minute changes, but Pete's always very accommodating. So of course we joke around a lot, but it's because we're friends. That's what we do. We bust each other's balls. You know what I mean? So
and
yes,
caressed them apparently if that previous conversations to go in and go by.
That's no, it has been a lot of work, but I think it has been fun, and hopefully people have been enjoying it. We, I mean, let us know if you haven't, because maybe we won't have to do it again then. But yeah, I
always knew. Yeah, Cindy. Yes, Pete being sincere is a thing. It can happen occasionally. And wait, what? Rude boy Lance Storm? What? Lance Storm. That's how you put in. You can't talk about Chris. Bleep. You put in Lance Storm to replace. It's a wrestling joke, Tim. I know you won't get it. I apologize. Yeah. I apologize for veering off topic.
So who's the when you guys go off on wrestling? It's usually you and Matt that are talking about it.
Yes, and Connor.
Do you still watch wrestling though, or
I've been watching AEW. I don't watch WWE because it's terrible.
Because I know Matt talks about it at the time. I don't know if you still do. I'm not against wrestling. I just it's I don't know. I used to like it as a kid. I don't really watch it that much anymore.
That's fair. No,
I have friends that watch it. Sometimes if I'm hanging out with them, I'll watch it. But
there's a new company called AEW that are quite good. But yeah, WWE is terrible. I would never inflict that upon anyone. Like I casually hear through like podcasts and stuff what's going on, and like it just reminds me why I'm not watching because it sounds terrible. Oh dear, Connor looks dead in the inside whenever you talk wrestling. Oh yeah, it's great. I love torturing him with it.
Well, I'm glad the show has helped some people. That's definitely nice to hear. Even though I know I'm not good at taking compliments, so I'll just move on from that.
I'll take them. Thank you, Renegade. You're welcome.
No, I have what do you call it? Low self-esteem, so I usually don't know how to react when people are actually nice to me. What is am I the first person you've streamed with, or do you usually stream with Connor or anything?
No, I normally stream my own, but Connor has been on once. Connor came on kind of impromptu once and just kind of stuck around. So there was one Connor stream once at random, but no, streaming is usually just a me thing, because it is just such like a sort of like end of the night. I just want to sit down and play video games or watch a movie or whatever and talk to these fools.
I'm okay with insults as long as they're not too personal. I'll the Star Wars review will probably depend on when we do it. Honestly, if it's a time when I'm free, I'm more than happy to jump on. I know that I'm not sure if it was the last movie I had trouble getting tickets with. I know they're on sale now, but I don't know. I'm sick of like. It's cool that movies are events, but I'm sick of it being this like big like Super Bowl thing where you have to get like, like fight tooth and nail to get tickets like months in advance, and like I don't know. I just want to buy my ticket the day that I go to the movies, which will probably be hard to do, which is kind of annoying. But
the funny thing is that it's that easy for me with Star Wars. Even Star Wars doesn't sell out places.
I mean, I don't know. It's
like maybe like the prime showings on like a Saturday night it'll sell out, but not like most regular showings it won't on opening day. If you want to saunter around in the afternoon and just go see it, you'll be able to do it.
I mean, I'm the lucky thing is that it's like it's big, so there'll be like 1,000 showings on it. So hopefully I can get into one relatively shortly, but I don't know. We'll see. Are you not going to do the review at all? You're refusing to see it?
I mean, I haven't
because there's a woman in it.
What? Stop trying to stir controversy. No, no, I like Ray well enough. I no, I kind of really didn't like Last Jedi. I hated Rogue One. I didn't see Solo. I don't know. I just don't really want to see it.
Okay.
It's that simple. It's that simple. Maybe people will talk me into it. Maybe they'll talk me into like seeing it just so I can talk about it. But I'm not. At the moment, I'm not excited or hyped in any way, shape, or form. It's just not for me. And I'm been asked about a Joker review. There's nothing in the works. Matt did go and see it. I just didn't bother because I don't know. I just felt deflated by all the buzz around it. I just didn't care. Next thing I'm going to see is Terminator, Dark Fate, which will be an ace review. I'll try and keep up with some more new movies next month. It's been a really busy time.
Honestly, I think Rey's the daughter of Dengar. That's my pick. But
oh god.
Yeah, I actually didn't see the Joker either. I was talking to my friend about it. He's like very surprised. I don't know. It's just there's so much talk about it that it's just really getting like
I think
out of hand.
It's a combination.
And it's October. It's not a horror movie. Why are you gonna go see it?
It's a combination of the talk around it being kind of frustrating and annoying, the director being an idiot, but I think it's also like just that comic books movies aren't special anymore. Like there's one like every 2 months. I don't feel the need to see them all now.
It's also like I feel like the people that made it, like I mean I could be wrong if someone wants to point me to like other interviews or something, but I did get the sense that like the people that made it like didn't care about comic books, like at least with like
sure.
And I'm sure most of these corporate people probably couldn't care less, but yeah, at least they kind of put on a face where I don't like it when people are like, no, like comic books are silly, but we're doing a serious like interpretation of it. It's like, shut up. Like, you can't like, make fun of your audience and then, expect them to come see your movie. I do like what Boyd now said though, that the Boyd 2 screenings are going to be packed. That is going to be tough. Like that is one I will get my tickets in advance.
No,
sure.
The Boy 2 is the sort of movie that I'm going to go see, and I'll be like the only person in the theater for. Like,
because you'll buy all the seats because you don't want anyone to potentially interrupt your viewing. I got you.
I mean, to be fair, most horror movies I go to, if there's like a daytime show, I'll go to the daytime showing, and it tends to be just me and like one other person because no one goes to see a horror movie in the afternoon.
And they sit right next to you. I hate that. That has happened to me before where it's like literally there'll be like 5 people in the theater and then the person sits right next to you. It's very weird. I don't know. Honestly I don't know. I'm not like a huge like Terminator fanboy, although you know what I did buy recently, which I haven't read yet, but I'm excited for, is I bought the RoboCop versus Terminator comic.
Oh,
which I've heard good things about, but I haven't read it. But I don't know. I think the new Terminator movie looks kind of good. I don't know. I'm
cautiously optimistic. The early buzz from the reviews, is because it's actually out in a couple of days here. I'm just waiting a week to see it because I'd rather see it right before the review rather than seeing it and then waiting a week. But yeah.
Top 10 horror mannequin list. I'd be down for that.
I think we'd have to watch some horror mannequin movies so I can make a list first. Jeez.
I think we could count The Boy on that enough. Is it close enough to being a mannequin?
No. Even then, I still need to see another 9 or 8. I guess if we're counting both boy movies.
Yeah. We'll make it work. There's enough there.
If you watch Star Wars, I'll keep Lob Deli out of the potentials for your book. That's tempting, Tyler.
So what do you have to read currently that is your punishment?
I don't have one currently. The one person...
Okay.
I had 2 at one point. Tyler took a break. Serenity stopped being a patron, but I was reading... Tyler was making me read Rick Grayson at the same time as Connor. So... although the other one wasn't a punishment. The other one was someone just wanted me to read some Marvel, so he had me reading classic X-Men stuff from the 60s. I was like, okay, sure. Easy peasy.
Interesting.
Does Lars and the Real Girl count? Sure, that's easily the best one then. That one counts. Oh, it's not a horror movie, admittedly, though. It's a very touching film.
I think we would just have to do like a mannequin in general kind of list. So yeah, probably like Lars and the Real Girl, Mannequin 2.
Mannequin with a Vengeance.
Yeah. Okay, Chucky. There you go.
Oh well, he's got like 7 movies now. I mean, that's
Yeah.
8 even including the remake.
I think we should probably just say puppet movies then, because I feel like I don't think of Chucky as a mannequin.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, Lars and the Real Girl's
think that
great.
counts.
I love Lars and the Real Girl. That was a great little film.
Yeah. Well, it was partially inspired by your last relationship, if I remember correctly.
That was such an easy joke, Tim. I knew you were going there. It was such an easy joke.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
dear.
I mean, it doesn't mean that it wasn't brilliant. That like the entire chat had to stop typing because they were laughing so hard.
Oh, dear.
I would say Leprechaun counts too.
Shopping Mall
if
is
we're talking mannequins.
Shopping Mall is an absolute classic. You know it's true. You could even work the puppet show from the hit television show Buffy the Vampire Slayer in there. I think Born does get a point.
At some point we'll have to do the Pinocchio horror movie.
There's a Pinocchio horror movie?
Oh yeah, it was in the 90s.
Oh.
So when they were doing like those fairy tale horror movies like Rumpelstiltskin and Pinocchio.
Yes. It's alright, Borno. I deciphered what pupper meant. I deciphered. That movie is awful. Or awful. Offuk. It's a great typo. It's great.
So have you been playing anything recently?
Yeah, I was playing some stuff on Friday. I played a bit more Last of Us, and I played the first
one, I assume.
Yeah. Well, no,
I guess the second one's not out.
It's not out yet. No, the second one's not out until February. I did play the first couple hours of Pillars of Eternity, which I doubt you'd care about. It's a like top-down RPG, but you get a party, and you're, I don't know if it's your sort
like
of
a
thing.
tower defense thing.
No, it's more like I think the way like a Fallout game plays, but instead of like an RPG like that, it's like top down. So it's like you pause the combat and give each of your party like their orders for the next bit, and you sort of see it play out. I played that. Played a little bit of Dangerous Gold. I was playing a little bit of the second Sly Cooper game, because those are fun. Because I got a PS Now subscription for a month, and I thought I'll play some Sly Cooper 2. Sly Cooper 2. God.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have been wanting to play some like 3D Castlevania stuff, like Castlevania 64 or the PS2 games, but wouldn't you know it, I already moved all my video games to the new house, so I gotta wait till I go back there till I can play it.
Oh, what a shame. Weird Science. I've never seen Weird Science, actually. I should rectify that because
fun.
I believe Bill Paxton's in it, so I should absolutely rectify it.
Yeah, it's I remember liking it. I don't know if it'd be a little weird now because it is like, these two nerdy guys creating like a sexy lady. I don't know if it has like weirder connotations today, but in the 80s it was a fun movie.
Played a lot of Castlevania 64 back in the day.
Hell yeah, Tyler knows what's up.
Bill Paxton's greatest role? I don't know about that, one rude boy. Bill Paxton was in Near Dark and Aliens. I don't think I can get on board with that line of thought.
Also, he wasn't. I love Bill Paxton, but he wasn't in Castlevania 64. If I ever find out how to stream myself, the only game I want to stream is Castlevania 64. If I can figure it out, I will do that, and I'll probably be the next ninja, to be honest. if I can figure it out.
I love how
Symphony of the Night is easily the best game ever made. So
I love how you said the one big streamer that both of you and me actually have heard of, and therefore we'll get that joke.
Sam Esmail and Mark Frost recently. The Twin Peaks guy?
Mark Frost? Fourth season is possible. Yeah. Oh, yes. Twin Peaks season 4 possible. Yep. Want it in my life.
Cool. Yeah, 80s was a great decade for movies in general. There's my friend was just watching, they put out a new doc about 80s horror movies. It sounded pretty cool. Forget what it was called, maybe like In Search of or something. But it sounded good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
In search of. That podcast was in 2017, though, but still. Yeah, but there was some Twitter rumblings a couple of weeks ago about a potential Twin Peaks news that would make the fan base very happy. It was very vague, but hopefully something comes from it. Have you seen Castle Freak? I've seen that.
Yeah, I've seen it. We haven't done it for the show, right?
No.
Yeah, definitely we'll have to do it at some point. It's not my favorite of the, Combs, Crampton.
I think I own it, actually.
Kind of movies. It's like a weird, there's like a weird, sex stuff in it that I don't know, kind of creeps me out. But I don't know. There's some cool stuff in it too, I guess.
I do own it. In fact,
I'm interested for the remake. I don't know if you know they're remaking it, but
I'm aware because Barbara Crampton's like on set, right? Like she's still involved.
Yeah. So that'd be interesting. The Toxic Avenger. I don't know if I've seen. If I did, it was when I was a kid. I really don't remember it. It's one of those weird things where I don't know if I've actually seen the movie, but I feel like, I know so much about the character just from like the action figures and cartoons and stuff, but. I don't know. Wasn't that another one they said they were going to be like, remaking?
Yeah, it's like a TV show or something that we do. Yeah.
Oh, wait, sorry. What? God damn it.
Not to mention the Reffin Maniac Cop HBO show that's happening now.
Oh yeah.
So that gives us a reason to do that trilogy actually when that show's about to come out. We'll need to do the 3 Maniac Cop movies.
Hey, we don't need a reason to watch a Bruce Campbell movie.
No, we don't.
Bob brought up a good point. The doc is called In Search of Darkness. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, it's. I think they're gonna do a proper release, but my friend Kickstarter, he just got the digital code today, so he's telling me about it. Yeah, it's cool. I would definitely be interested in season 4 of Twin Peaks. The last one was very, very good.
It was. It was somehow better than the previous seasons. It was the best part of Twin Peaks.
Oh yeah, Tyler's right. Barbara Crampton was in the last season of Channel Zero, which I don't think you saw, right?
It's
the
only
Jack one.
The only one I've not seen. Yeah, is the last one.
It's good. I think you should check it out because it's
the third one scared me away because the third one was shit.
The third one was absolutely awful. I hate it. But the fourth one was good. I really liked it. One of the goriest movies ever. Okay, I'll have to check it out.
Maniac Cop 2. I've not. Joe, I have. Do I have 2 and 3 on Blu-ray, or do I just have 2 on Blu-ray? Hold on.
Should have a box set if they don't. Like, the only thing that's kind of weird is like, I don't know how the movies play today with like all of the cop stuff going on.
I have all 3 of them. I've never actually watched the third one though. I did watch the second one when I got it a long time ago, but it's been a while. Is Demons 2 as gross as Demons? I don't remember how gross it is, but I remember liking it a lot more than the first one.
Am I going to dress up for Halloween? I had a really awesome idea for a costume. The only problem is like I don't have like any reason to go out or like do anything. Like if I was going to a party, I would for sure dress up. But me and my wife have been really busy this month. Between work and our dogs and moving and all these things, I haven't really had time to like plan a party, and I don't know if any of my friends are having them. So unfortunately, I don't know if I'll be dressing up, but I really would like to because it's always a fun thing to do. Yeah.
I have watched Mr. Robot already, twice in fact, Rude Boy. I did my second viewing with note-taking. I didn't have time to record it before I came on the stream, but that should be a review that I get to very quickly early tomorrow. But, yes, I did see the horror movie Easter egg.
Yeah, I did dress up for Goatman 1 year. I think maybe it's like 3-4 years ago now at this point. I basically just took like a Yeti costume and then replaced the head with like a goat. Well, I think technically it was a ram, but it looked goat enough costume.
That's goat enough.
Yeah. That's right.
There's just something about that sentence that works. I don't know what it is. That's goat enough.
Yeah. I liked it.
It's not the greatest of all time, but it's close enough. It's goat enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to love dressing up. Unfortunately, yeah, I just don't have like. It's kind of weird if you just like kind of are going to be sitting at home like by yourself. Like it's weird to kind of just dress up, for that.
Mm-hmm.
I think technically they do let you dress up at work, but like I can't imagine anything like stupider than going to work dressed up and then like sitting in my cubicle and just working, but like I'm wearing a Lobo costume or something. Like
You went to Lobo. That is an interesting thing to jump to. I wouldn't have jumped straight there. Weird. Yeah, I don't know. It's not weird. Pete secretly dresses up as Bram and sits alone on Halloween.
It's not a bad idea.
So any chance of me actually streaming on Halloween night for your enjoyment is just went out the window. Still no cool neon pumpkins in the background, Peter. Oh, come on. Halloween decorations are actually more expensive than you think they are. I checked on Amazon, damn it.
Yeah, so have I read Hellraiser? Yes. So it's the book it's based on is The Hellbound Heart, which is really, really good. I'm actually reading a Clive Barker book right now, Cold Heart Canyon, which is really good so far. I'm about halfway through, but I like Clive Barker a lot. I haven't read as much of his stuff as I have like King or anything, but he's really, really good. I've been reading a lot of his comic stuff too, like a lot of the Hellraiser comics and Nightbreed comics are super fun. But I would very highly suggest reading Hellbound Heart. It's really short too. It's like, maybe even less than like 200 pages, I think. Like it's a really quick read, but it's really good. Yeah, I read Scarlet Gospels a couple of years ago, and that was fun. I didn't know too much about the other character in it. It's basically like Pinhead versus his kind of has this recurring character. I forget who his name was. So I feel like I missed not knowing too much about that character, but that was still a good story. Yeah, Midnight Meat Train is based on a Clive Barker story that's from the Books of Blood series, which is like a short story collection, which I highly recommend that. There's a lot of stories in it, but they're all really, really good. The movie, I know like some people really love it, and I wouldn't go that far. I guess it's okay. I like the short story better, but the movie's like fine. I don't think we ever did it on the show. Probably at some point.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll have like
probably.
a Barker vote or something.
Maybe on like if it's like a vegan holiday, we'll do like Midnight Meat Train. It's like a
Yeah,
I don't
not a
know.
bad day. Oh, a Hellraiser Candyman double bill is really, really cool. That's whoever put that together is that's a genius, to be honest. Let's see. Pete's never seen Maximum Overdrive. Wow, that's a big oversight. It's
It's a maximum oversight, you may say.
Yeah, that'd be a fun one though. I mean, especially if you want to watch it with a stream too, that'd be a really fun one to stream.
Yeah, is it not? I guess it's not a horror movie, is it?
Again, it's like it's about machines coming to life, and I guess specifically like trucks coming to life and killing people. So I guess you could probably call it horror or sci-fi, honestly. But I don't know.
Okay.
Whichever you want.
We'll see. We'll see.
Now, no, Maximum Overdrive is based on Trucks, which was from one of Stephen King's short story collections. Forget if it was Night Shift or Skeleton Crew, but I do not believe that was a Bachman story. Yeah, it is funny that the soda machine is throwing cans at people and they die. It's pretty great.
Has Coach Bombay? Has Emilio Estevez in it?
Yeah, it's Emilio Estevez and Yardley Smith, who does Lisa Simpson's voice.
Full of the trivia. My.
Yeah, and one of my favorite things in the world is if you watch Stephen King's trailer for Maximum Overdrive, because it's like they actually just got Stephen King to do the trailer, and it's like him like trying to look all scary, and he's like talking to the camera. He's like, I'm so sick of Hollywood trying to think, they can do Stephen King stories. Like I feel like I got to do it myself to get it right, and he's just like, I don't know, looking at the camera. It's so funny. I highly recommend people watching that if they haven't.
I'm getting hungry, Tim.
Yeah, me too. I don't know if it was uncouth to eat on the stream.
Streams are a bit more casual. You can eat.
Okay. Oh.
This is not a Screams After Midnight episode. We can eat.
Well, I got oh yeah, King was like, that trailer was definitely like maximum cocaine King at that point. And I believe they say to when King was on set, he always made sure to have a pair of his wife's panties, which is I don't know, just kind of a funny fact.
What? Like wearing them, or just like in his pocket?
I don't know. I guess just in his pocket or something, probably.
You know, pulled over his head for good luck. I mean, I don't know.
I wish I had pizza. I hate to let you down, Tyler, but unfortunately, I don't. My wife made this chicken dinner, which I'll eat after the stream, but it's a little hard to eat that on the stream. You kind of need a fork and knife and stuff.
A fork and knife? What's your language, Tim?
I apologize.
We're doing the good place rules here. What the fork?
Renegade Hero, you had just the hot dog bun?
What? Why? Our time's rough. Like, what's happening?
Yeah. It's interesting.
Pieces is also on Shudder for everyone that has it. It has. It's also on YouTube. Now, obviously, the quality's not as good, but it is available on YouTube. As I typed out, the next commercial you saw was pizza related. Yeah, I ate some food. I have no snack food though. I don't even know what I'm going to have. I want food for this movie.
Interesting. Not what you said. What Renegade said.
All right. Hot dog meat makes me sick, and the bun settled my stomach. Interesting.
That feels like a Silent Hill puzzle or something. Like, this person feels sick, but they can't eat hot dog meat. What can you give them?
Have both of us seen Pieces before? Tyler's the Screams After Midnight episode about Pieces. You fool! Someone's not worth every single episode. You're a disappointment to us all.
How dare you not remember something we did 4 years ago?
Oh dear. That's actually the one thing I've not had time to do this October, because we've had episodes every day. I have days for like archive episodes from 2016.
Yeah.
May have to put a couple up anyway, just as extra things. Start working through them. I watched the Leprechaun 2 episode. That's what counts. Yeah. I think I have bread. I think I may actually make some. The bread I've got doesn't toast very well though, because I've got some jam. I was going to make some toast and jam.
Cool.
That could be a thing.
I think I mentioned this earlier, but I've been into the the Impossible meat stuff lately.
Oh, the vegan meats?
Yeah, I think it's really good, honestly. I need to find the Impossible and Beyond burgers are easy enough to find. I haven't been able to find like widely easy chicken substitute stuff yet, because I like chicken a lot. I eat a lot of that, but I would like to go vegetarian if I can. Pete seems stunned.
Maybe. No, I was just reading the comment. You might as well eat the stuff.
Well, I feel like at least the stuff isn't ruining the planet like the cattle industry is.
Film with the greatest twist in cinema history. Don't start with the stupid Leprechaun 2 talk.
That is right. The greatest twist in cinema history. It's very accurate. I'm surprised there isn't like any like boutique candy or dessert shop that does like make promotional stuff that you can eat. Might as well. I already let too many things control my mind. What more to do another one?
Peanut butter and a peeled banana and a hot dog bun.
Actually, doesn't sound too bad, to be honest.
I've
I
never
do
tried.
like peanut butter and bananas.
I like peanut butter and I like bananas. I never tried putting banana and peanut butter together. It transcended. Do you know what I tried doing once? I tried putting banana in cereal and I hated it because I'd seen people do it on TV. I was like, oh, I'll slice a banana up and put it in cereal, and it was like wet banana is not nice. What are you doing, you fools?
Those commercials are always like crazy. Like it's so hard to get up in the morning and make breakfast. Like I'm lucky, if I can get like a smoothie together. Like the way some of these people eat breakfast in those commercials is insane.
Put up too much effort. No one's in the mood
Yeah.
for all that effort.
Yeah.
Oh, meal. Ugh. Wet banana is a lovely hoodie. Yeah, you can have all the wet bananas you want. I ain't gonna stop you.
I've never had a wet banana, but I cannot imagine it being that great. It's like imagine like in a pool, you're dropping your banana in and then you just pick it up and eat it. Ugh. No, thank you. Pete is bending over to dip his banana into his bowl of Dr. Pepper.
Mayonnaise is very popular in the UK. I just think it's disgusting and vile, and everyone who eats it is wrong. Tim, go vegan, you can do it. Watch Game Changers
I would
on
like
Netflix.
to, honestly. I would I would like to. It's something I've thought about for a while. I'm a big animal lover. I don't like the I don't like eating meat, but I do like it so much. But yeah, all this new fake options, it's seems like definitely more doable.
I mean, I've given up cheese.
That's good.
That's a start.
Yeah, there you go.
I am being bullied by Tara into trying to give up milk. That one's tough for me.
Like-
I do drink a lot of milk, but
Like just drinking it or any milk related.
just drinking it.
Okay. No, no. The dogs will not be able to make an appearance. They would just. I love them, but they're so hyper. They would probably be knocking everything over and making it pretty hard to watch. And the cat, at least one of the cats is in here, which then they would go crazy for that.
We want animal
apologize.
appearances.
It's Connor.
Yes, we can prevent that, rude boy. Though that's just part of the natural animal cycle. Is a good push push. Yes.
Oh.
He's a good push push.
The one true ginger.
One true ginger. Yes. My firefly. Oh dear.
He probably just got so many fleas in his mouth.
Shut up. Oh.
See, the only time I like drinking milk is like if first of all, it has to be ice cold, like, and then it has to be like with a chocolate chip cookie or something.
Oh sure, yeah. I never drink milk on it, so it's always with like breakfast. I'm always eating something with it.
You never go out for like a long run and then get back and just chug some milk.
I do not. No, I chug a lot of water when I'm walking, but not. Is Firefly the one who's the neediest? I guess he is technically. Yeah. They always do get needy in places though. They tend not to want to bother me as much when I'm sitting in my computer chair though. Although, Garrett's well a little bit. Wesker loves nagging me when I'm on the couch.
Everyone loves room temperature milk. You seen A Snake of June? Huh, I don't think I've ever even heard of that.
Yeah, it's Tetsuo the Iron Man, which I have seen. Did that in the Ace. I'm going to try and catch it this month. Interesting.
Cool.
Somehow that's even less healthy already. Good job. Oh, I'm vibrating. Why am I vibrating?
Ugh.
My wet banana's vibrating.
Ew. Jesus.
I'm just getting the movie ready on the PlayStation.
Milks after midnight. That's good. Vibrating because you're a robot. So for starting the movie soon, does anyone have any last minute questions, I guess, before start that?
I mean, we can talk when we're watching the movie for sure, but
That's true.
I'm just making sure I get the right one because there was 2 versions of it, and one was better than the other.
I'm gonna be watching whatever's on Shudder.
Oh, are you kidding me?
There you
Alright,
go.
looks like I'm watching it on the tablet. Alright then. Fine, you pricks.
Uh-oh. Someone didn't pay their cable bill.
This movie requires a sign-in, and I have no idea what my password is, so I'm not going to faff about doing it. Is the movie somehow crazier than The Invisible Maniac? Well, that's up for debate. I don't know. Yeah, I'm watching the one on YouTube that's in widescreen. There's one that's like cropped to 4:3. I'm not watching that one.
And I'm watching the one that's on Shudder. It's 85 minutes, if that helps.
I can't watch it on the Shudder because I have to. I can't. If I could watch it on the PC, I'd watch it on Shudder, but I can't because it would also mute Tim if I mute the audio from the movie.
I am very, very excited for Doctor Sleep. I actually like the book. A lot of people not big fans of it. I thought the book was good, and I love Flanagan. He's great. I think the last couple of things he's done is hit it out of the park. Some of his earlier stuff I'm not crazy about, but Flanagan's great. I think he's a big King fan, so I feel like he's gonna do it right. Unfortunately, we haven't had a lot of luck with King movies this year, so I'm also very tentatively excited for Doctor Sleep.
Try absolutely none.
You have no excitement?
No, none luck. There's no luck this year with Stephen King movies.
Oh, right.
I do think the trailers look pretty rough, though, if I'm honest.
I like the trailers. I don't know. I think it'll be good. For Rude Boy, should you watch it on your Peloton bike? I assume that's just like a stationary bike or something. But hey, I mean, why not?
Yeah,
Unless it's like a bike on the road. Like if you're on the road, then please don't watch it. Be safe. Like pay attention to the road. But if it's just a stationary bike in your house, sure.
I'm pretty sure that's a treadmill behind Tim, not a bike.
Oh, he is asking if I should watch it on the Peloton bike. No, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't think the stream is ready yet to watch me work out. That is something very few get the privilege to see.
Oh dear.
Yeah, we got I'm in a little exercise room right now. There's like a treadmill. There's an elliptical. There's like a small little bike behind me, which my go-to is usually the elliptical. It's nice and easy. You can watch stuff on your phone while you do it. So it's fun.
Okay, movie. In a couple minutes. Only the cat gets to see Tim sweating. Very good. Yeah, I'm going to go into the kitchen for a moment, and I'm terrified to leave. In fact, Tim, do you want to set up stuff before we watch the movie? Do you want to go get to the kitchen and get a drink or something?
No, I'm good. I think
you good?
it'll be fine.
Yeah, in that case, I won't put up the waiting screen. I'll just let Tim talk to you. Although I'm terrified of leaving Tim here on his own. I'll be back.
All right, leave. All right, guys. Now we can finally get into some real shit here. What should we do? I feel like so much stuff I can say now that Pete's finally gone. See, the problem is he has that dumb robot brain, so he knows all the smart tech stuff that I don't know how to do. Like, oh, you better believe if I knew how to record my own podcast, that you guys would be enjoying a Pete-less regime, as Tyler puts it. Let's see. Should have spicy Pringles. I guess that is one thing I'm jealous of, is all these interesting pretzel flavor or Pringle flavors that he has. Um, whiskey and sodomy, sure. uh, See, that's just not right. He can be such a well, let's be honest, a little bit of a bully. And bully is too lowbrow. He's a dictator, you know. He gets off by putting other people down. Let's face it. Um, but also, I mean, I think we can all agree he's a great man. So
What was that?
nothing. Just, talking about Pringles.
I should have
whatnot.
Pringles. I wish I had Pringles. I have fruity cracker things. That's all I got. I would. I've got some rice in there and some like curry sauce. I might make that after we're done. Inspiration. You realise I can go back and watch this later, right? I can find out what he was saying about me.
Oh, there's no need. We were just talking about the new Buffy thing.
Mm-hmm.
If he's Caesar, then who am I? Well, I think it's pretty easy. I'm the the guy that writes about Caesar, Shakespeare.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
I think he did something about Caesar.
All right, it's time for the movie. So everyone, get your version of PCs ready. It's on YouTube. Remember, it's 85 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
You want it paused at 0.
Okay, I guess that means me too.
That means you too. Yes.
It has been paused.
Mm-hmm. All right. So everyone, pause your movie. PCs at 0. Whether you're on YouTube or any other way. I'll give you all about 30 seconds to achieve that. And yeah, by all means, throw in readies in the chat if you want to just confirm you're good to go.
Yeah, make sure to pay attention because we are going to be asking questions after.
Yeah, there'll be a quiz. There'll be a quiz. Getting lots of readies.
If you get less than 95 on it, you can never listen to the podcast again. Sorry, but it's just the way it goes.
All right, everyone's good. All right, I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1, and press play. 3, 2, 1, play. I may have to get a small pair of earphones to listen to this. I don't know if I'm going to hear this properly.
Oh, bye, Devious.
Oh, no worries, Davies.
I always forget this takes place in Boston. A place I'm very familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell yeah, that's my kind of puzzle.
It's that kind of puzzle.
All right.
No worries,
Bye,
Leah.
Leah.
Thank you.
Look at those dolls on the left on the desk.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, happy birthday, Sheldon.
Happy birthday. What a treat to be able to watch a stream on your birthday. Oh, hell yeah. Nevada's cool. I've been there. I think Yeah, I went to the Vegas Comic-Con
This brings
last
back
year.
memories. Cindy, what sort of child did you have? I will get Matt another pair of headphones. Just keep it playing, so we don't have to repause it. Oh,
Ooh.
axe. He axed her. Oh, again. Oh, wow. I forgot how good this movie is.
Just got Lizzie Borden. Yikes. Where the hell did Peter go? Was it too scary already? She deserved it.
Oh, he's sawing her up as well.
This is Pete editing the podcast.
There we go.
I kind of like that sweater best.
How nice. This is amazing.
I forget, did we already ask how many people have seen this before?
We haven't actually. Who's seen this before and who's not?
Yeah, I know a couple of people have said they have. I just wasn't sure if most people are watching it for the first time. Never get between a child and his nude puzzle. Very, very good advice.
Never get between a child and his porn.
You know, puzzle porn is kind of funny because that's like, I like that you kind of have to work for it a little bit.
Hmm. Better search the place.
Is that mustache real? There's no way that's real.
What acting? Oscars are in her future.
Oh, let's see. Timestamp. I'm at 4:32 right now.
We're watching Pieces, Sheldon, from 1982. It's on YouTube.
Good credits.
Linda Day. Ian Serra. Jack Taylor. I'm saying the credits so if people are syncing up their copies to us. With Frank Branagh, Jared Tichy, May Helleley, Hilda Fuchs.
Cam. Yeah.
Music by Cam.
Hell yeah. Woo. Pete, you ever seen Cam live?
I have not. Have you?
If you have to ask.
Directed by J. Pakir Simon.
So, Pete, you were saying someone was talking about another movie by this director. Do you remember what that was, or do you not want to talk about that?
I think we'll keep it a secretive for now.
Okay, okay.
But let's just say there's a bonus episode in your future.
Oh, look at that box.
What's in the box?
Sherry is taking his time.
He has to caress it.
Ooh, it's shoes.
It was going to jack off into a shoe, isn't he?
Okay. Sorry, I'm not talking too much. I'm just so enthralled by what's on the screen. So this was like, yeah, this was from the mom that was just killed, right? Like,
Yes.
I like that it's not in a, not in like a police evidence locker or anything. It's just, you know, just in this guy's box.
I mean, did they actually come up saying like, 20 years later or something like that? If it
It
did, I
said
missed
40
it.
years, 40 years later.
It said 40 years later?
Yeah.
All right, okay. So the little boy's now like 48 or something like that. All right.
I guess. I I didn't think it was that old, but
Whoa, gnarly, dude.
whoa, easy there, Tony Hawk.
Why did it cut back to the foe?
Pete, you don't understand anything about story structure. It's to juxtaposition the woman skateboarding with the photo with an X.
Oh, I forgot how good this was. I was
Oh, this is a
remembering.
recipe for disaster.
She can see herself before she gets hit in the face.
Spoilers, Peter. My God.
Oh, we keep cutting back to the killer. Well, I assume he's a killer. It's worth me. I barely remember a lot of this.
Yeah, I think it has been a couple of years since I've seen it.
Well, last time I saw it was me doing it for the show, but I think that was like 3 years ago, so
Yeah,
it's been a while.
it's been a while.
It's been a while since I said I'm sorry. Oh, hello, Chainsaw.
Groovy. I miss my long hair. I used to look just like that. That's true. That woman was probably like 36. He's still trying to put the puzzle together. It did seem like there were a lot of pieces, to be fair. Oh no.
Oh, I love it.
You gotta respect a movie that respects the audience's time.
Yep, and I agree.
Oh, yeah, don't get me wrong. I love my long hair. It's just, it gets a little too unruly at time. But don't worry, it'll be, it'll grow out soon enough.
I do vaguely remember one of the detectives also being like a world tennis player or something like that.
Oh yes, it's like a tennis player that goes a detective tennis player that going undercover in
Yes.
college. It's how can you not love this movie? My God.
That's oddly specific.
Yeah, I actually did have a waterbed for a little while, like in like late middle school, early high school. It's funny how much this reminds me of my college days.
Is that how all your friends spoke?
Of course. I've never heard of Side Out. That sounds pretty cool. Jet's got some good jokes. Oh, sounds like they're describing Pete.
Cat. Cat.
I guess in movies and TV, it's never good to be a woman with the last name Palmer.
No, no. This is what David Lynch took it from. Is, you know what? The first victim is going to be someone named Palmer because of pieces.
Yeah.
Leaked to the media. It's been kept under wraps. What? I'll be honest, this guy's mustache is equally as ridiculous as the other cops.
Oh yeah.
Look at it.
He would have made a great Doctor Strange, though.
Hey, Suburban Decay.
Yo.
Actually, the actor playing the detective actually passed away only a few years after this. He wasn't around for long.
Oh.
Which is a shame.
That's a bummer.
We're watching a movie called Pieces, Suburban Decay. It's on YouTube. That mustache is so stuck on. What an analogy. This cop's get away with words.
Wait, were they talking about the original murder? Because he said it took place in the 60s, which, if they're talking about that opening scene, then wouldn't that make this like the year 2000?
That's a good point. It couldn't have been.
Yes, it must have been something else.
Okay, I'm clearing his chainsaw.
This is Pete before he decided to start podcasting.
Never.
Oh,
Even though he picked up his chainsaw, I was like, I'm gonna chainsaw you. Oh, look, another random couple in the middle of the day. Oh, that's right. We cut back to the jigsaw, I think, every single time that there's about to be a kill, if I remember right now.
Oh, yeah.
I love how he's went for the boobs first. He's like, you know what? I've done the edges, I got the face, now it's boobs. That's clearly the next important part.
I mean, when you got a puzzle like that, you're gonna, get your money's worth. You got to keep cutting back to it.
I was assuming the couple making out were going to get killed there, because that's why we cut to them, but... Yeah. A crossover between this and Slumber Party Massacre would have easily rivaled Freddy vs. Jason.
I like that guy's sweater. The killer is just like out in the open.
How dare you, litter? It's a POV shot. Oh my.
Hey, no fancy filmmaking terms. Like, no offense to this guy, but it doesn't seem like the kind of like professor that girls would be going crazy over. That does remind me of a time in high school when, like,
let's say that's music.
I was just saying that there was this time in high school when some kids were like talking about this one teacher, and like one kid was like, "Yeah, I'd do her," and then like the teacher was right behind him, and then like he got in trouble.
Saxophone.
I think technically, would you call this a giallo?
It's Spanish,
Yeah.
not Italian. So I don't know. Does it have to be Italian to be giallo?
I don't know. It's a good question. It like I do think it kind of does feel like
If
a
it's
giallo, but
if it's a giallo, it's the best giallo. I'll say it. Argento ain't got shit on this. Listen to the music. If that doesn't make you want to have sex underwater, I don't know what will.
I like so like that one guy, like, was he not taking her seriously? Like,
You think he'd be... Oh, there we go. We got boobs.
man, she would make such a good puzzle.
Well, he's about to take part of her for a puzzle. One might say this is a lot like the episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the hit television show. It's called Some Assembly Required. We're watching Pieces, Suburban Decay.
Yeah. Ooh. Someone's about to get it with a pool skimmer.
Wait, what is that?
It's like a pool skimmer or cleaning net
Oh, okay, right, yeah, it's the...
thing.
How will it ever get out of this net? It's only around my head. Pieces. P-E-I-C-E-S. Pieces. Is she bleeding from that? How hard was he?
I think it's her bathing suit is red.
Oh, okay. No, she wasn't wearing a top though.
Yeah.
Right.
It's hard to see.
You wait right there. Let me go get my weapon. I'm ready for my chainsaw, Mr. DeMille.
I guess that's blood?
I think it is blood.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's part of the net. I think part of the net broke off. I'll
It's too
just sit right
expensive to
here.
do a second cut.
I'll just sit right here and wait for the chainsaw. I heard sex in a waterbed's pretty cool.
Let's see. I'm at 2140 right now.
2142 now, yeah. Your dream's a pretty nerdy name.
Yeah.
I wonder if there'll be any Evans in this.
Any evidence?
Evans.
Oh, is that an in joke or?
For anyone who watched Mr. Robot already this week, classic Evan.
You and your nerdy shows.
Dun 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 dun.
I got some blue milk I'm drinking right now.
Bum 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 bum. Oh, here comes the gardener, who really likes his chainsaw. How is Board now ahead of us? With the stream delay, he should be at least like 10 seconds behind. It's weird. Board now, pause your copy for like 5 seconds. Look at the eyes.
It's like taking him a while to put 2 and 2 together. Oh, jeez.
He's the perfect scapegoat for the killer.
Yeah.
Look at the eye. Look at the eyes. Why did he touch the chainsaw? It was clearly the murder weapon. That was just that was a fool's move. This dude's like Earthquake from the old WWF. You're right, he is like Earthquake. One piece at a time on the stretcher.
She's dead. That's my opinion. Are these like the dumbest cops on the planet? There's a very bloody chainsaw with a woman cut up into bloody pieces, and they're asking if that could have been done.
He's really taking time to consider it as well. He's looking at it.
Everyone wants to like touch the chainsaw.
Stop touching the obvious murder weapon. Jesus Christ.
That's like covered in blood as well. Like,
Yeah, it's even a layman. Which means you're not even a layman. You stupid.
just whispers to the other cop, "What's elementary mean?"
He's the home ec teacher, that's what he is. He teaches home ec and they're asking for his opinion on the chainsaw. Why put it on a stretcher? Just carry the bags out. Jesus Christ.
It does feel like a CBS show though, like a professor that solves crime in his spare time.
Yeah.
Oh, they said the title.
You know, Ellie, we really are the last of us.
This evil seems to be a resident. These cops are like way too nice. I feel like they would be like punching people more often for like yelling at them like that. Mario's super and he's my brother.
You'd think after your second corpse, you'd be like more open to like anything that would help.
Yeah. Pete, who would your choice be if someone had the audacity to decide to remake this movie? Who
Oh,
would you want to see do it?
oh, Nicholas Winding Refn, easy.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Make
I
it
knew
artsy as shit.
absolutely.
Either that or Tommy Wiseau.
Good choices. Good choices.
Busey is
Busey.
director.
Yeah, it seems like a good project for him.
Busey is the killer, though. I can get behind.
I forgot to ask them.
This Dean keeps like giving them a hard time, and then as soon as he mentions, by the way, there's two dead girls. Oh yeah, of course, you're right.
Oh, that's the final straw.
uh,
It's always good to, you know, let a bunch of like strangers know details about the investigation.
mm-hmm. This guy with the glasses is so derpy looking.
It kind of reminds me of if you ever watched the Trailer Park Boys, it kind of reminds me of Bubbles from that.
I don't know anything, honest. Bored now. Pause your copy. You're spoiling things.
I like bored now as a renegade nature.
Pause for 5 goddamn seconds. In fact, maybe even more than that. 10 seconds. That took 10 seconds before we seen that. What sort of dancer is this?
Like, do people still do aerobics like this?
I don't know. Is this aerobics?
Think so? Close to it, right?
I guess.
Unless it's like a dance recital, I guess.
It's a ballet studio, but this is not ballet.
I agree with Tyler. This is Cam. Pete, you heathen.
Do do.
What if like the killer just came in and like killed all of them? Like,
Bad dancing, you say? I don't know. It's got some charm.
to Pete, there's no such thing as bad dancing.
There is no good dancing. There is no bad dancing. There is simply dancing. Is it time for kill number 3?
Zumba, that makes sense. I haven't watched this season of American Horror Story yet. Me and my wife are catching up with the last season, but hopefully we can start the new season soon.
She's in such a good mood as well. She's about to be killed and she's in such a chirpy mood. Look at her, she's dancing down the hall. She's on top of the world.
feel like what we need is like a three-way movie, like this guy versus Leatherface versus Ash, just battle of the chainsaws.
We should review Perfect starring John Travolta and Jamie Lee Curtis. Interesting.
Is that a horror movie? Guy smoking a blunt.
Psychological profiles.
This is before people knew what profiles were. Like the way people pass the cops around is crazy.
Well, they're all incompetent.
That's true. I believe this is the tennis player detective.
What a combo. Famous tennis player. It's always a good idea to hire a famous person to be undercover, right?
Yeah.
Okay, they're actually using it as part of her cover. It's not like she's a student. Okay.
I don't know, just Sheldon. I seen a movie before where a dog was a detective, so
Also, I love how his plan is to have this college kid look after his detective.
yeah.
That wasn't that long a talk.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to basically deputize this random college kid. I staked my life on him. You've met him like yesterday.
Yeah, it's honestly it's not a bad idea. I mean, this is what the third season of Mindhunter should be. She's also a boxing champion too.
The lead character was into synchronized swimming in the Olympics.
I feel like it's pretty easy to prove if someone was killed or not. Like, why are they trying to keep it under wraps? Also, are they only acting like it was just one? Because, like, a girl was like also chainsawed in the beginning of the movie too. I don't know if they found her body yet or.
Well, yeah, because they came out to talk about that before the second one even get killed.
Does like the reporter know that though?
Oh, I don't know. Everyone. Okay, their heads turned the wrong way at one point there. The crowd.
Oh, I wonder if like, is there anyone that's like over 40 that goes to this college? Like, look at all these people. I like no one looks like they're actually enjoying the game. They just look like they're mesmerized by it.
Like a cat watching the ball go back and forth.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Leave your movie playing so it doesn't run out of time.
Of course.
Let's hire extras that hate tennis. Everyone's so impressed. Everyone's walking off. He looked at her boobs as he said that. Are you big in continuity in movies and TV shows? Well, a singular movie or TV show should be able to handle it well enough. It bugs me when things are obviously out of continuity. Yes, of course, my dear. Timestamp is 38:45. That was a bang. I think you're just in time for another creepy scene.
Ooh.
The actual horror music's actually pretty good. There's just all these weird other pieces of music. 38:45, I said, Bob.
I'm not wearing a Dodgers t-shirt. I'm wearing a it says Death Town on it. I got it from the Museum of Death out here in LA.
Look at that. 2 more pieces.
Oh. Damien, you come on. I let one cat out and the other cat comes in.
Oh, I don't know,
right?
feeling. Firefly.
And you also can't see it, but I'm also wearing Evil Dead pants.
These are all pre-done. He's got all these little blocks of like 3 and 6 pieces that have already been done. I call shenanigans. I love how much he's having a lot of difficulty getting this batch in.
And you know the director was like, use it. Yes, use the frustration. So good.
He comes back home, there's a couple of pieces, then goes back out for a kill.
You know, I got a 1,000-piece Castlevania puzzle, but I haven't put it together yet.
Well, that's your fault, cat. Sorry, Firefly. A tablet fell down.
Oh, Damien. Okay. Where's that? Where's that? Where's that? Where's that?
Too many headphone cables.
Damien. Yes, Damien is very fluffy. She has so much hair. I've thought about that before. I have some like puzzles that I put them together. I'm like, yeah, I kind of like this picture. Maybe I should get a frame or something for him.
Hmm. You didn't get a killer last time. Someone interrupted. So he's back on night 2 to finish the job. Oops.
Yeah, I can see that.
We have to see her put on her both shoes, the whole pair. We'll not understand what's happening. We'll be able to follow the plot if we don't have the shot stay on her while she puts on her whole pair of shoes.
I know I'd be asking how'd she get the shoes on if they just cut to her wearing shoes.
Oh yeah, a bunch of news anchors do that because you never see below the desk. If you think I haven't recorded a podcast in my underwear, you're nuts.
Does she know someone's chasing her?
Yeah, she's running awful fast for someone who doesn't seem to know.
Like, like, did I miss something where like she should be suspicious? It's so weird.
She's got that slow moving, but I can still get ahead of her power.
Yeah.
Oh no, she didn't know she was being chased.
She just always goes from place to place like that.
Yeah, she just always rushes and panics the whole way down the building.
I hate when they do this in horror movies when they're trying to hide who the killer is, so whenever someone sees
this guy's chainsaw just strapped to his back. Women always just assume someone's chasing them at night. Probably wise, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fair. How was her blood like squirting into her face?
Oh, that was great.
Again, they're just like letting this kid do their job for them.
I know. I love how he had the chainsaw just strapped to his back as if it was nothing.
Yeah. I also like love this horror movie trope when they're trying to hide who the killer is. So whenever someone sees them, they're always like, "Oh, it's you. What are you doing here? I didn't think I'd ever see you. Like, who are you?" Like, you know, it's
That's
never
the
just
start.
say the name.
Well, it's not the start, but it's Friday the 13th. It's when the guy in Friday the 13th is killed,
Oh yeah.
and he runs into Mrs. Voorhees. He says that.
Jeez.
He's even giving them orders now.
Yeah.
This student's just in charge.
And they might as well just make him a detective. It's true. It did look like the Night from Monty Python.
You'd think he'd know that about his partner.
I think she was dead. Renegade hero.
No, they said she's alive.
Oh, they did. Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't
because he
hear
said he wanted
that.
to guard in her hospital room 24 hours a day.
Oh, Jesus.
Also, why was she covered with the cover then on the stretcher if she's not if she's not
Yeah.
dead?
Interesting. Interesting.
Tis but a scratch.
Hellboy wears a trench coat.
You keep an eye on things. You investigate around the campus. I'll stay home, watch TV, and then when you figured out who the killer is, you call me, and I'll come in.
He sounds like he's like dealing with like a troublesome like child. Like, huh, I've had it up to here with this guy.
Mm.
Okay, friend. Did I miss something where the the groundskeeper is in the clear now? What?
Hey, no duty for the ladies even.
Hell yeah.
Have some penis. Yeah, why is his girlfriend so terrified?
Very good question.
I'll control myself, Kendall, if we do it again. Oh, that was funny. Take those pants off again. What are you doing? Why are you putting pants on? Oh my god. Oh, I'll be okay if we do it again. What a line.
I think the glasses in there was it like my room or something?
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
I think it was something with an M.
Oh wait, isn't the racist delivery scene coming up?
Oh yeah, I think that's this scene.
Yeah,
And
that's just random scene that's like got nothing to do with the rest of the movie.
this is a classic for those who hasn't seen this before.
Oh, chainsaws at the ready. So much tension. And also, I love that they shouldn't just saw her walking outside and thought she's in danger.
Yeah.
I must run out and protect her.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh my, that's I was out jogging. Next thing I knew, I was on ground. Must be something I ate. Bad chop suey. And a very. It's clearly a white person doing a bad accent. Like, that was.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Like I like the idea of like it's not like he like ran into her. He was attacking her.
Yes, he was.
Like
He was doing a Bruce Lee impression. And the other thing is that he doesn't show up again for the rest of the movie.
yeah. But I just like the idea of like he's blaming it on like, oh yeah, something I ate made me like attack this woman at night. Like, uh and still like it's just because he's a kung fu professor doesn't mean he couldn't also be the killer. Like you think they would maybe question him a little bit more?
Mm-hmm. I think everyone's just in shock. No one was prepared for that scene.
Yeah, terrible detective but great tennis player.
She can't be good at both.
Yeah.
It's like Michael Jordan trying to get into baseball.
Exactly. It's like the killer. He's a great killer, but he kind of sucks at puzzles.
Also, I was confused. That scene with the girlfriend, like, were they maybe having sex and that's why she was like screeching so loud? Or because I thought she was waking up from a nightmare, but the way they talked about it, it sounded like she was just being too loud during sex. So I wasn't quite sure exactly what was going on.
I have no idea.
I only know that sports reference because of Space Jam, Tyler. Don't kid yourself.
Is that actor an actual like well-known kung fu actor? I didn't know that.
Is he?
That's what Rude Boy is saying.
That wasn't his real voice, though. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
He was dubbed. Bruce Lee with one E. That's a thing? Okay.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I did not know that. That's cool.
And where are we now anyway? Like, what, like I know there's another woman being stalked, but the context of it's somewhat random.
Yeah. It's like funny that like I guess they want to keep this stuff under wraps, but like when there's a danger of like students being killed, like you think you'd want to maybe make that known, like input a curfew or hire extra security or something to make it a little safer, but it's like
yeah, warn people to stay inside at night maybe, I don't know. That said, the first victim was broad daylight, so I mean
that's true. Yeah, there's nothing these people could do.
maybe the killers learned that you can kill first with an easier weapon and then chop something off.
Yeah.
See, he's not got much practice with a knife. He missed her immediately.
Oh, is that the waterbed?
This is the waterbed.
Yeah. Oh no. Jeez. Oh.
Nope, you're not getting up.
Ooh.
Oh.
I'm still not sure why there's a waterbed in here.
I did quite like the sound effect there of her being pulled out of the waterbed.
Yeah.
It was really
It did
intense.
actually look cool.
That was good death. The deaths in this are fun.
Yeah.
Aren't you inviting me in?
His like girlfriend is like literally at home in his bed.
I know. Who wants to be okay? She just needs to have sex first. That's
Yeah.
all. Oh, it's Miriam. Casanova.
It's like such a weird thing to do to your friend and just walk away.
Barbie. Boom, 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 boom.
I think
boom,
the
boom.
question why could apply to any scene from this movie.
I know. I don't know why you felt the need to say why for that scene specifically. Surely the kung fu scene would have been even more applicable, but
Well, I wonder if she's gonna end up being a mermaid.
she had two balls.
She has no one to. She has no one to play with. They're all dead.
I I thought she was going to keep pulling balls out of her pocket. Oh, she doesn't like that music. Do, 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 do. Although if we're going straight into another murder scene, I'm all for it.
You settle for a shower scene.
I'm sure this will be a classy shower scene. We won't go see anything. Oh no, those nipples. Never mind. That's going to stay classy and not show the full body. Oh, never mind.
Ooh, playing frisbee by yourself sounds really hard. I don't even know how you do that.
Oops. Almost knocked over my tablet again.
Jesus, get a grip, dude.
No more kung fu guy.
Honestly, he should be the hero of the movie. Like he should be the one that fights the killer at the end.
He's going for another kill in broad daylight, though. I admire his ambition. What is with these doors? It wouldn't open for like 5 tries and then it won't shut properly.
Oh, don't stand it. Oh.
Classy. Classy. Nice shot of her pissing herself. Yes. Let's have a cat.
He's like so offended.
I know.
No way, lady.
No way, lady. No one's allowed to use that phone.
What are the chances we can get Willard on the podcast?
I think we could just call in our connections. Somehow these two always end up being close to the kills. He's always very disapproving looking, except of course he when he's stroking his chainsaw, and then he's quite happy and content. When was he cleared, Renegade? It's not a question of when, but where or why.
Unfortunately, not. Steve Gutenberg would have been great, though.
I mean, as old as this guy is, I think Steve Gutenberg was already too old, way, way older than he is.
Yeah.
His Police Academy was like a year or two after this, I'm sure. Every time I say Kendall, I think they're saying Kendall. And she's got a Barbie look to her, actually, which makes it more...
I keep getting these annoying calls from, like, this unknown number.
She's actually missing her entire lower half. Acting. Yeah, but presumably,
Sorry,
she wasn't still alive when she was cut in half, though. It's not like she stayed alive for the whole thing.
Yeah. Do you know what? I don't know if you call it the tagline or whatever, but do you know what it says on like the Blu-ray box on the movie?
Yeah, the tagline, the blurb, whatever you want to call it. What does it say?
It says, "It's exactly what you think it is." Which I love. They just like show the movie and it's just like, yeah, you know what you're getting into with this.
I don't know if I agree that it's exactly what you think. I think it's better than what you think.
Yeah, that's true.
He's sticking up for his deputy, his new deputy. He's like, hey, maybe we shouldn't trust this random college kid to do our work for us. Like, don't you shut up! I'm staying home, and he's doing all the work. You listen to me? He can smell suspicious things on that campus. Are they going to fit? Oh, yeah, looks like...
Yeah, close enough.
That's a nice cut. Yeah, cut to someone else's feet. Good stuff. Tarantino would approve. You're calling it. I mean, I already know that's true, Renegade. But sure. Oh, this is a great B movie, Sheldon. This is up there with the best. Does this count as Spanish? Well, technically it's a Spanish production, but a lot of the actors are American. But you can count it as Spanish if you want.
Did they film it in Spanish, or did they film it in English and then just like dub it anyway?
Well, most of them were speaking in English. You can tell by their lips. I mean, it may not always be the original voice, but you can tell they were speaking the lines in English.
Yeah.
He's even gone through paperwork. Spaghetti westerns are Italian.
I say this, if you're doing the Octoberthon spreadsheet, I think you can count this as a Spanish. Why not?
He's even sent him to his partner to help him with stuff.
That the orphanage is pretty good. I liked it.
You want out, Firefly?
Yes. If Del Toro is presenting it, you should be watching it. That's my motto.
No. My opinion on Del Toro movies is simple. It's a little motto I like to have. It's don't think it, don't say it, don't see it. I'm tempted to get cozy on the couch for the last chunk of this. You know that?
Sure. Why not?
What did you think of Don't Be Afraid of the Dark? Oh, I never saw that.
I remember thinking like "Don't Be Afraid of the Dark" wasn't bad.
Wasn't Katie Holmes in that? The star of The Boy too?
Yeah, it was Katie Holmes, and there's it was like an evil Tooth Fairy movie, but like it was better than Darkness Falls.
Oh, I'll be the judge of that.
You know, I actually don't think I've seen The Night Flyer. If I did, I might have seen it when I was young and completely forgotten it. But that's one I've been meaning to go back and check out again. Yeah, Pan's Labyrinth is amazing. And Del Toro is just on Elijah Wood's podcast, which was a really good listen. If you want more Del Toro in your life, check that out. Yeah, I'd definitely be down for that. Especially, I have to check see if there's like a nice Blu-ray or DVD of it. I would definitely like to get that. I think I've heard good things too. It's like a vampire at an airport movie, if I'm correct. I think that's what it is. Wait, are you talking about Night Flyer board now? That Guy Pearce was in?
There we go. Comfortable.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a good premise for a movie. Yeah, I definitely gotta check it out.
That's actually probably make chat a bit bigger. So I can actually
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while since I see it. I forget everything about it. I don't know. I just again, it's been a while, but I remember it being like okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Everyone serves instant coffee in the UK. No one has coffee makers.
Coffee sucks.
I agree. Coffee does suck. Well, I didn't realise we were so close to the end.
Yeah. Get ready, folks, because the ending
Oh,
does not disappoint.
the ending is interesting. Yeah, no one has them in the UK though, rude boy. I have literally never seen one in the house.
I think my wife uses a French press or something. She loves coffee. Me, I can't stand it. Oh, Bob, I think you're talking about who is it? Mitch Ferreira, I think.
Oh, was Garrus on camera? I didn't even notice.
I do like all the coffeeism in Twin Peaks. I will give them that. Yeah, I really don't like. I don't know if I like any hot drinks. I usually when I drink something, I like it ice cold. The colder, the better.
Mm. The only time I really have something that's hot is when I'm sick, or if maybe if it's really cold in the winter. But that's about
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So the dean's actually a bad guy. They just roofied the drink. I don't know if anyone was noticing that.
I hope Tyler's not trying to disparage Wendy's because Wendy's is great. Oh, you need to get a frosty when you go to Wendy's. Otherwise, you wasted a trip. I'm actually mad that there isn't really too many Wendy's near me. You do know that he's not a policeman, right?
Yeah, he can leave whenever he wants. He's not being paid to do this. If anything,
uh,
this is free labor.
yeah. Spicy nuggets are great. I love the spicy chicken sandwich at Wendy's is like one of my favorite fast food items. So good.
One day I will have a Wendy's and judge this conversation for myself.
uh, that's a bummer. Hopefully you get them someday.
What am I saying? I can't think straight.
It was very necessary to have that scene. I don't live in like Hollywood anymore. When I did, there's a Wendy's closer to me, but I'm out in the suburbs now, so it's kind of far. I was saying the same thing, Tyler. It's like, oh yeah, Leslie Nielsen would have been great in this. Give Bloomhouse some time. I'm sure they'll probably get to something like that eventually.
He also just said that the professor's a homosexual. Or a very disparaging. He's like, he's a homosexual.
Which, as we all know, are killers that like to chop up women.
Of course, yes. What a detective she is.
How is this going to affect my tennis career?
But Dina's about the right age for the killer. He's eyeing up the feet. Bastard! Bastard! I love how she yelled it out like 4 times. I've been doing all this
who should have played this cop was the head counselor from Sleepaway Camp.
Oh, we need to do that. We need to do those movies at some point. I can't believe we've went this long and not done Sleepaway Camp.
That's crazy.
Oh, he's really into those feet. I'll say that's music.
I don't think you need to wait for them. Just
yeah, if you think someone's in danger, you might as well, run in. This track's great, actually.
And you know what? If you buy the Blu-ray, you get the soundtrack. So.
Yeah. Look at them going up the stairs slowly. Garrus. He's already been a good cop. He's done all your work.
This is so unprofessional. He's like pushing him away with his gun.
Shoved it in the wall.
That's like he's acting like just like my dog when I'm like going to leave. He's trying to get out the door.
Does she still have her feet?
Yeah, it's true. He didn't even like the door probably wasn't locked.
Mm-hmm. So the 2 cops have left the room and left the college student with her. And what's the bet in here that the killer's about to come out behind the curtain? And it's just a college student there to protect her.
Say those pretty good odds. How do you know he was coming?
I love how the other 2 cops searched the room thoroughly before leaving.
Yeah, the cops should be able to hear this going on.
It's like, oh shit, we left them in here with a killer.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a dumb move, wasn't it? Romantic music for him and his deputy's goodbye. You alright, boy?
I feel like they should have had her like get control of her hands again and then like throw a tennis ball at the killer's head or something.
Because she's a tennis player, therefore she always has tennis balls in her pocket.
Probably.
That was a very professional move there, just caressing her hair while she's like defenseless and can't do anything about it.
They just like toss the blanket on, like, ugh, what's up with this guy?
He did abandon his chainsaw about 2/3 of the movie.
She just like starts like moving, like.
She looks she's fine now.
Yeah.
It should be a shoo-in for the job. Oh, that's screaming. He's basically had to prove himself as a more adequate cop than the ones that are getting paid for it. Oh, we're not done yet.
Yeah.
There's at least one thing still to happen. Here we go. Oh, it popped. Freeze frame.
Oh my god, that never gets old.
Oh my god. I love the pop where it pops. Oh
really
my
sells
god. It does. It really does. Oh my god. That's his comeuppance for ditching his girlfriend to go and be with Mary.
Now he'll never be able to do her again.
I know.
She's really gonna be mad.
Could be really upset. That two headphone, the headphone and earphone setup worked surprisingly well, actually. Should this happen again, which it may, because it's a goal on patreon.com/MildFuzzTV. So feel free to all go and sub if you've not already. My hand's sore. Well, hopefully this was a successful test run for what could be a monthly thing. For streams after midnight. Held a few. Oh yeah, we spotted that name in the opening credits, Cindy. Oh dear.
Yeah, I mean, like Pete mentioned earlier, it's it is one of the, like the best, like in terms of B movies. Yeah, I mean, I forget what we gave it originally, but I think my score would still be pretty high.
It wasn't high enough. Whatever the scores were, they weren't high enough.
Yeah, I mean, I think like with a movie like this, you got to go with like how much it entertains you, like
Bastard! Oh my god. I love that there's like two great funny scare moments after the killer's already been killed. I love it. It's great.
No need to explain anything.
Oh no! Why the corpse is actually able to like come back to life, like this made-up corpse, this Frankenstein creation. Ah dear. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I don't blame you at all. I think that's well deserved.
Oh, it's great. It's so great. Yeah, so we did review this on streams. Admittedly, I don't know if you need to necessarily listen to or watch that because you just heard us talk about it throughout. But if you want more of us talking about PCs, the episode does exist.
Yeah. Well, I think at least for me, I got to get out of here soon. Unfortunately, it's starting to get close to my bedtime. But I don't know. Do we have any what do you call it? Any housekeeping? Anything else we should mention? Any
just
quick last minute questions or?
Jiggy's police career is over now. He can still be a cop with no dick.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if anything, this probably is going to fuel his need for vengeance now.
Yes. Now he's going to have a taste for justice.
Yeah. He's going to have 2 tennis balls instead of that.
So I look forward to the rest of the Octoberthon that's coming up. And obviously, I'll just reiterate, you go to patreon.com/Mild Fuzz TV if you want to support everything we do. So thank you very much for joining us. And there's still time to vote if you're a $5 patron and up. And speaking of $5, hey Sydney with a super chat. Much pleasure.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thanks everyone for coming out. Hopefully we do it again. We have the goal on the tier on Patreon. Not necessarily because it's I'll only do this for money, but just because it is hard to squeeze this in. With a lot of the stuff that I have going on. But again, though,
I think we'll definitely do it next October if the goal's not met.
Sure.
But if the goal is met, it'll become a monthly regular thing that you guys can enjoy.
It's a good way to guarantee it and to make sure definitely I have time. But yeah, I mean, even if it's not met, maybe pop in for an occasional one here and there. But it was a lot of fun though, so it was cool.
Yeah. So thank you very much, guys, for joining us. We'll see you next time. For streams after midnight again tomorrow, because it's October every day, baby.
Oh yeah,
that's what we're doing. So thank you very much once again for joining us. I'm going to have to. I know I don't. I can just move this over here. Sorry. All right. So thank you once again, guys, for joining us for the live stream. Hopefully you had fun. We will see you guys soon. Keep watching scary movies, and see you next time.
Bye.